Let me walk you through how the SRP60N linking device works. When you open the Access panel, you'll see its internal components. Here's what each component is called. The device contains 10 pattern cards. Unlike the main unit's cards, these are marked with an R. This is the transfer plate. Two plates, one long, one short. Each transfer plate comes with one wire. The precision link lever, this link lever attaches to the main machine's sinker needle section when in use. This is the auxiliary counterweight. 5 large counterweights and 2 small ones. Two auxiliary clamps. This is the Carriage. This installation aids are left and right specific. This is the hanging comb. Next, we'll name the small parts in the plastic bag. This is the edge hook. This is the drive cam needle. It swaps coils between main and auxiliary machines. Three spare needles. This is the crochet hook. Screwdriver and a P-plate. For knitting operations. For use with a Carriage. The P-presser isn't needed except for terry loops. This is the plating yarn guide. This is the connecting plate with detachable yarn port. Just loosen the screw to remove it. Install the plating guide using this method. Use this yarn guide for regular knitting. Rotating handle. Carriage, and these are the auxiliary attachments. Now let's attach the auxiliary to the main machine. Start with 2 bench vices for the auxiliary. Loosen the auxiliary unit's vise. Insert and tighten the nut into the backplate. Install the vase on the other side the same way. Secure the vase to the table. Tighten the screws, then make sure the main unit is fixed. Then install the accessories. Loosen the screws and attach the accessories to both ends. Don't over-tighten the screws yet. Install the accessories on the right the same way. Next, take out the auxiliary unit's main body. Take out the foam packaging. The accessory unit looks like this. Next, remove the accessory unit from its box. Detach the foam pieces from both sides. Then rest the unit on the remaining foam base. Now grab the rotating handle. Slide the rotating handle into its slot. As you insert the handle, ensure the handle clicks into place. Flip the unit upright. You'll see the stitch length lever here. The lever's default position is marked Tied. Turn the handle until the dial shows 5. Once set, lift the accessory with both hands and attach it to the machine. To install the loose clamp, slide the little clamp into the accessory slot. Check the gap between this part and the front accessory. When attaching the components, there should be no gaps here. If you see one, adjust the components. Secure with a screwdriver. Tighten screws on both sides. Take 2 clamps and attach the main unit's clamp. Lift the cam to lock the main unit in place. The blue circled rod is for tail loops. The red circled rod is the drop lever. During installation, keep the blue circled rod facing up. Now the main and secondary units are set up. Let's start with the drop lever's functions. The drop lever has a red circle marker. Pressing the drop lever lowers the secondary unit. Sets a 23 cm gap between units. This setting helps measure fabric or fix drop stitches. Lower the lever here. Press again to lower further. After a second press, the distance between main and auxiliary units is about 5.5 centimeters. Even when both units are working together. If you just need the main unit, lower the drop lever here to use it solo. To return the drop lever to its default position, just lift the auxiliary unit up with both hands. Now let's look at the terry loop lever. This lever is for creating terry loops. Look for the blue circles on either side as markers. Press the terry loop lever down. The main and sub-machines will move apart about 1 centimeter. To reset the machine alignment, just lift the terry loop lever. Now let's look at the half gauge lever and the moving handle. Adjusting the half gauge lever shifts the sub-machine needles. Relative to the main ones. With a half gauge lever at P, the main and sub-machine needles clash. At H position. The needles cross over. Move this handle left or right. To adjust the submachine's dust needle bed. Now let's review the pH scale settings. For the H scale, read the numbers shown below. Typically, set the adjustment handle to H5. In this position, the needles on both machines are offset from each other. Never move the handle when needles are in C or D position. The needles will be crossing each other. Do not adjust the handle. Forcing it will damage the needles. Now let's install the extension's connecting plate to the main head. Now set the main machine's cam lever to the plain knit position. If the cam is set to L or F, you can't attach the connecting plate. So when attaching the extension unit's connector plate, set the cam to position 0 for plain knit. Then tighten the plate's side nuts. Now attach the extension unit's needle bed. Slide the needle bed onto the guide rod from the right side. Mind the alignment pin during installation to avoid damage. Then fasten the needle bed to the connector plate. Here's the locking pin. Push the pin into the plate's locking hole. To detach the accessory head, slide the white cam on the mounting plate to the right. Next, we'll show how to install the yarn guide's tension rod. When using the accessory only, the arc on the tension rod must face outward, but when paired with the main unit, flip the arc inward. Insert the tension bracket onto the rod. To lock the yarn guide, now the needle positions. The needle bed has ABCD labels on both sides. Position A needle disengaged. Position B needle active. For basic stitch, the needle stays at position C. As the knitting head passes position C, the needle returns to position B. When the needle is at position D, the rustle lever on the secondary head is set to I. The needle stays idle at position D. When both adjustment levers are set to I, position D needle engages, completing the stitch from D to B. Now let's examine the stitch dial. Higher numbers mean larger stitches and greater density. The density dial adjusts needle size. Higher numbers mean larger needles. These are the positioning levers. Here's how to use them. The lever has two settings, 0 and 1, controlling whether the BD needle knits. At position 1, the B needle knits. At position 0, the B needle stops knitting. This is the lifting lever at the U mark. At position 1, the carriage doesn't knit while moving. Now let's cover how to use the lifting lever. With the positioning lever at 0, when the lifting lever points to the arrow, the needle rests on the hook without knitting. When the lifting lever aligns with the U mark, Position B needles will knit with the positioning lever at 1, regardless of the lifting lever's position. Position B needles remain active. Now let's explain the auto positioning lever and how to use the drive cam. The auto positioning lever serves as a replacement, controls the B position needles. Every other row automatically alternates between knitting and not knitting. Insert the drive cam into this component slot. Now let's use the auto positioning lever. Each toggle switches between 1 and 0. Zero position means no knitting. Position E engages knitting. The auto positioning lever controls whether B position needles knit. Remove the drive cam when not using the auto positioning lever. Set the auto positioning lever to position 1. Now let's look at the drive lever. The drive lever operates the 4-color yarn changer. When putting down the drive lever upwards, lift it slightly and place it horizontally. When not using the 4-color changer, always return the drive lever to horizontal. Here's how to use the precision knitting bar. For tuck stitches with fine yarn or jacquard patterns, use the precision bar. Insert the knitting bar inside the main sinker needles. Press gently to secure it in place.